Boo boo. Out of here. Oh, so it is. 11. There it goes. We stopped at 53. Yeah, so right there. So I'll read it from 54 through 57. Jesus therefore no longer walked openly among the Jews, but went from there to the region near the wilderness, to a town called Ephraim, and there he stayed with the disciples. Now the Passover of the Jews was at hand, and many went up from the country to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. They were looking for Jesus and saying to one another as they stood in the temple, "What do you think? That he would not come to the feast at all?" Now the chief priests and the Pharisees had given orders that if anyone knew where he was, he should not let them know, so that they might arrest him. So let me see.
And I kind of mentioned some of that, well, especially the last part where he would be arrested, but.
All right. Well, first of all, I think this is the third Passover mentioned.
Yeah.
Right. And in the book of John.
Right.
And obviously, this is going to be the week of his death.
Mm.
Oh, and they asked that question because they knew, well, everybody knew that they was looking for Jesus. So there was one they asked, like, do you think he's going to come at all or show up?
Right. And then hold on, because let me see. Started at 55, right? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, and then in 57 says now the chief priests and the Pharisees had given orders. So in other words, they told everybody and their mother.
Right. They put out a hit on them.
Right. So or like, all right, if you see him, let us know.
Snitch.
Right. Exactly.
So Judas was a thief and a snitch.
Damn.
Yeah, of course. He was whatever's gonna get me paid.
Right. Double whammy. Dang, he's a sucker. But and you see, yeah, like because we all know, you know, that with you know, he was like Jesus was a sacrifice for those who would believe, you know what I'm saying? And this right here is like sealing that fate, you know.
Yeah, so we just about covered the whole thing.
Yeah, that wasn't, yeah, that's why I was like, but all right. So let me go to,
I got you. You said 1 to 11, right?
To 11, yes, that is correct, sir.
Gotcha. So 6 days before the Passover, Jesus therefore came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. So they gave a dinner for him there. Martha served, and Lazarus was one of those reclining with him at table. Mary therefore took a pound of expensive ointment made from pure nard and anointed the feet of Jesus and wiped his feet with her hair. The house was filled with the fragrance of perfume. But Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples, he who was about to betray him, said, "Why was this ointment not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor?" He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief, and having charge of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. Jesus said, "Leave her alone so that she may keep it for the day of my burial. For the poor you always have with you, but you do not always have me."
Bars.
When the large crowd of the Jews learned that Jesus was there, they came, not only on account of him, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. So the chief priests made plans to put Lazarus to death as well, because on account of him, many of the Jews were going away and believing in Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So what we see here, by Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead, it showed that he was the Son of God and Israel's Messiah. The Sanhedrin and the high priest, Caiaphas, were upset that Jesus was performing miracles, a few days before the Passover, and they were afraid that Jesus would cause a commotion that would have the Romans remove them from power, because that's what their greatest fear was. Like, that the Romans would think that they were losing control and they would lose the power that they have. They were afraid that Jesus would return for the final showdown with the Sanhedrin, and they hatched a plot to arrest Jesus and put him to death. Because Jesus was considered by the people, he was popular because he was a miracle worker and a messianic figure. Jesus had many new followers as a result of his seventh and greatest miracle to date. Because being able to raise someone from the dead after being dead for so long, was like the miracle of miracles, at that time. Caiaphas proposed that Jesus should die for the sake of the nation, and basically put out a hit on him. And the Pharisees was to be informed of where Jesus was. And if people were following Jesus because of Lazarus was to be put to death as well, which is crazy because Lazarus was catching a backlash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
they saved him. He's like, yo, I ain't do nothing. They saved me.
Right. So it's like basically, since that was the greatest miracle, you know what I'm saying? The one that probably people were speaking of the most, you know what I'm saying? You get rid of Jesus, you got to get rid of
the miracle.
Yeah. And it's crazy because you don't hear about Lazarus dying that I can recall. You know what I'm saying? He didn't die during that time, and he's never mentioned really after that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like, a little strange, but okay, hold on. 11, 1, 12, okay. Let me see. Okay, verse 1, we see that Jesus had returned to Bethany, the place where he raised Lazarus, 6 days before the Passover. In verse 2, we see that Jesus attends a dinner in his honor. Mark writes that the place was the home of Simon the leper. We see this in Mark 14, 1-11. This was a happy occasion for Mary and Martha and Lazarus to be there. We're not certain of the relationship between them and Simon, but they must have been close since Martha served at his home. Mm-hmm. Chapter 3, the pure nard was very, very expensive. It was only grown in the Himalayan mountains in India and Nepal. In Matthew and Mark, we see Mary anointing both Jesus' feet, head and feet. Mary knew Jesus was about to be put to death and that he would suffer. The funny thing is that in this story, I was telling Lionel earlier how there's 4 different accounts of Jesus being anointed with oil. So like I said, in Mark and in Matthew, they give a different, they add a little extra to it. But the one in Luke, right? I think it's Luke 17. Let me see, because Luke 7, 36 and 38.
I got you. Let's
totally, yeah. Read it and see if you see a difference.
One of the Pharisees asked him to eat with him, and he went into the Pharisee's house and reclined at table. And behold, the woman of the city, who was a sinner, when she learned that he was reclining at table in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster flask of ointment. And standing behind him at his feet, weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears and wiped them with the hair of her head and kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment. Yeah, it's definitely a little different compared to
right. What do you see different? What do you see different in it?
One, it says went into the Pharisee's house, and then 2, She said it says it was in an alabaster flask of ointment.
Mhm.
But then in the other one, it said perfume, that the whole house was smelling like perfume. This one says she was behind him and crying. And then the other one doesn't say she was crying.
How about
then
you,
it says,
Jay? Go on.
yeah. Oh, okay. And then it says, wet his feet with her tears.
Right.
That's not mentioned.
Mhm.
And then obviously it says she wiped with her hair, whatever. And then this also says kiss their feet.
Right. Hold on. So I'm Jay. Before you answer, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read the other ones as well. Right. So this way we'll have the other views, the other
Which
stories
one?
as well.
James?
Mark 14. I think is 1 to 11.
Let's see.
All right. We can just start at 3. All right. I'll read this in, Chuck.
All right.
And while he was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he was reclining at the table, a woman came with an alabaster flask of ointment of pure nard, very costly, and she broke the flask and poured it over his head. There were some who said to themselves indignantly, "Why was a ointment wasted like that? For this ointment could have been sold for more than 300 denarii and was given to the poor." And they scolded her. But Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Why do you trouble her? She done a beautiful thing to me. For you always you'll have the poor with you, and whenever you want, you can do good for them, but you will not always have me. She has done what she could. She has anointed my body beforehand for burial. And truly I say to you, wherever the gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, she has done what she has done will be told in memory of her." Right.
Right.
So then
So that's already showing that all the epistles is going to mention this.
Right. So then Matthew 26, 6 to 13.
26, 6 to 13. I got you. Now, when Jesus was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, a woman came up to him with an alabaster flask of very expensive ointment, and she poured it on his head as he reclined at table. And when the disciples saw it, they were indignant, saying, "Why this waste? For this could have been sold for a large sum and given to the poor." But Jesus, aware of this, said to them, "Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a beautiful thing to me. For you always have the poor with you, but you will not always have me. And pouring this ointment on my body, she has done it to prepare me for burial. Truly, I say to you, wherever this gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her."
Now let's go back to Luke 7:36. And Jay, what do you see different in that one again from the other 3?
You said 36.
Yeah, 36 to 38. Yeah.
There it goes. Hello? Anybody home?
Yeah.
You said what? What's that? What
What's the
you see
difference?
different compared to the other 3 we just read?
One of the Pharisees asked him to eat with him, and he went unto the Pharisee's house and reclined at table.
Right.
And behold, a woman of the city who was a sinner, when she learned that he was reclining at the table in the Pharisee's house, bought how you say that?
Flask.
Alabaster.
Alabaster flask of ointment, and standing behind him at his feet, weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears and wiped them with the hair of her head, and kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment. Now, when the Pharisees who had invited him saw this, he said to himself, "If this man was a prophet, he would have known who and what sort of woman this is who's touching him, for she is a sinner." And Jesus answered, said to him, "Simon has something to say to you." And he answered, "Say it, teacher." That's it. We keep going.
You know what? Yeah, you could, because I didn't even realize, because it got now you can stop there.
Okay.
What do
So
you
he's trying to say, what's the difference?
Yeah, what is the difference in this one than the other 2, than the other 3?
Wow. I mean, let me see. This seems different what she was doing, doesn't it?
Right. And
This is
Yeah.
when she began
look at
to
37. Look
she
at
began to
37.
wet his feet with her tears
Right.
and wipe them with the hair of her head and kiss his feet and anoint them with the ointment. Then the other one says she poured it on his head.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
This one says she did it to his feet.
Right.
But she cried and wiped the tears them from the hair of her head.
Right.
Right.
Now look at 37, Jay. And look how she's described.
And behold, a woman of the city who was a sinner, when she learned he was reclining at the table in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster flask of ointment and standing behind him.
Right.
So now
but,
you see.
But the other one, the other one says Mary and says she was at the house.
And she was at the house.
Right.
And then
not
also
that she was like happened to walk by or whatever this and that. Like she was already like he was there, like part of the crew, part of everything.
And then also look at the fact that she was called who they referred to her as a sinner. So she was a woman of ill repute.
Right.
So and then you like later on it's where the Pharisee says if this man were a prophet, he would have known who and what sort of woman
was touching him.
Yeah. For she is a sinner, because you got to remember the Pharisees didn't think they were, they thought they were not sinners in a sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Jay, the reason I had brought this up is because as I was looking it up, I was telling Lionel and Chuck that some people would use this to say that there's contradictions, right?
Right. They would. They absolutely would.
But the thing is that with the other three writers, they didn't necessarily write in chronological order. They wrote according to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, this particular incident isn't the same as the other three. So this is a separate incident.
Right.
So that's the other thing. Because does it mention Passover in this?
Nope.
No, right? So we could, I guess it's safe to say that this wasn't even during the Passover.
Right, yeah, because it doesn't mention it. It just says, one of the Pharisees asked him to eat with him, and then he went into the Pharisee's house.
Can we look at one of the other ones?
Yeah, we could go back to John 12, 1 to 11.
Yeah, so see, in this one, it starts off saying 6 days before the Passover. That's one. And then it says they gave a dinner for Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And then Martha served. So they already put Martha there. Lazarus was there. And then it says Mary therefore took a pound. So she was there also already. And the other one, it makes it seem like, oh, this woman came out of nowhere almost.
And then also, they don't say that this is Mary and Martha and Lazarus's house neither.
Right.
Right.
So it's safe to say that it was the other dude's house and the other two. You know what I'm saying? It would make sense. And they all, like, here John says what Judas said, right?
Right.
And then in the other ones, you hear the same thing, but they say people, and then the other one says the disciples or whoever. Yeah.
So, no, but it also says they didn't even say it. They was thinking it.
That's what I'm about to say. Jesus the Pharisees were thinking it.
Right.
This one looked like it was said out loud, but that one said like he was thinking it.
Yeah,
so I think it's two different. Because I was thinking, was it a different perspective? Was it the same event, but in the thoughts of somebody else?
Mm-hmm. The other two are not the one in Luke. Right.
But it seems like this one, that one, it seems like it has to be different occasions.
Yeah, because it's too much
different. Right.
So So okay, I'm at 3, right? So like I said, it was expensive, you know what I'm saying? So I'm at 4, okay. And the other thing, which is crazy, in Luke 7, Jesus doesn't mention to leave her alone because she's keeping it for the day of the burial, neither, right?
Right. Nope. Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't mention that. It doesn't mention his at all. He doesn't mention that.
Right. Okay, so 4 and 5, we see that thirst bucket. These are my own words, just in case the commentary.
Because even in all these, he keeps going back to letting them know that he's gonna die.
Right. And like I don't think they kind of catch it.
I don't think they caught it neither.
Right. So
they catch it, but they probably don't believe it. Yeah,
right,
hold on.
right.
You're doing all these things. You just brought him back from the dead. How you done?
So check
Why
it out.
would you die?
Right.
Yeah.
We see that thirst bucket Judas objecting about wasting the oil when it could have been used for something else. You know, the value of that perfume was like about a year's salary.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think Judas might have been a crackhead, bro. He had a gambling habit because what are you taking money for, bro? What are
He's
you
just a straight
buying?
hater, yo.
What are you buying though? Is what I'm saying. Like,
You know what I'm saying? They have the new air sandals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, come on.
See, I'm not gonna lie. What I know sometimes, you know, y'all, I was telling you, I was watching the movie, I said.
Right.
And they had different perspectives of Judas, and they said that, you know, Judas was bad, but you know, it was more confusion that he didn't really understand Jesus. But then when you really read the stuff he said, he was just a bad dude, Joe. Like it's no, even looking at this, it's no saying, well, maybe he had a different thought, or maybe no, he's just an all-around bad dude, yo.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's not like bad, like innocence. Like you can see intent to be bad. That's what you can see that.
Like who was the dude? And I'm terrible with names. And I'm gonna start testing myself on this. Who denied Jesus 3 times? Who he said to deny him 3 times? All right. You see how Peter seemed like he got caught up?
Yeah.
And then he was more in fear.
Right.
So it's like, and even though it was wrong, it's like, but you know, you understand, I get it. That's a scary moment. So you could kind of understand his perspective. But this dude, Judas is just bad.
Yeah, on purpose, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
or he just all the way bad.
Right. Where am I? 4 or 5, right? Yeah, no, I'm at 6. Okay.
No, you still on 4 when you said I mean, yeah, because you were talking about
I was in 4 or 5 because I said the value of the perfume was about a year's salary, right? John is able to know Judas was a thief with the benefit of hindsight. We see Mary gave openly and sacrificially, while Judas wanted to pile up for selfish reasons, aka greed. So he was a greedy dude. He's trying to front like, oh, let's not waste that. You see that's how little respect he had for who Jesus was. For you to even say like, don't waste that money on that. You know what I'm saying?
Like on that dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know,
that's crazy.
That's
what I'm trying to say. Listen, like Jay was just saying, if Judas was around for all these miracles, Lazarus being brought back, and then when I went last week, it says that it was many other miracles. They just didn't mention them.
Right.
And then this is what you got to say, like
word, bro. Yo, he's just he's not too bright, yo. Like, come on, my dude.
It's that greed, bro. You know, look, you know how people say that money is the root of all evil. No, it's the love of money that's the root of all types of all kinds of evil.
Yeah, and honesty is true. Judas ears probably wasn't even open to hear Jesus speak and to hit him.
Okay.
His ears are probably closed the whole time anyway.
Okay, big question then. If Judas was an overall bad dude, he was always doing bad, right? Why after he snitched on Jesus, why did he kill himself?
Guilt.
Why?
Yeah, guilt.
Bad. You've always been bad.
Yeah, but
why would you feel guilty
you still
when
have
that's
a conscience?
always been your character?
You do have a conscience. The conscience never leaves.
Remember when we born, that's instilled in everybody regardless. So like even like killers, you know, like they know what they did is wrong. It just they don't care. That's the difference.
He killed himself after Jesus died, or he killed himself before?
Nah, before.
All right. So look, this is what I'm saying. He was clearly a thief. Right. He was conniving. You know, he snitched. He has all this. So what was it that after he gave Jesus up, before he even knew it, before he even died? Because this is Jesus. He's seen this man raise people from the dead.
Right.
He saw that. So you can't tell me, even though that they took him, he knew that they was going to kill him. He don't know what may happen. can't tell the future. What made him go so, what torment did he go through that he figured death was better? Do you think he was tormented that they just don't mention it? Do you think something happened? You know, it had to be something.
I think so. I think it was obviously the devil had influence on him also. You know what I mean? The devil had influence on him also, so that he wants to commit suicide and
because now there you go. Because if think about it, if the devil wins, if you kill yourself, obviously that's what he wants.
Right.
He knows Lazarus is going crazy right now, so I can torment you because as long as you're alive, you could be saved.
Right.
So
right.
if I torment you that much and push you that much that you kill yourself, then I win. Because I don't understand all these things Lazarus was doing once he gave up Jesus. Why would he be so in guilt that he kills himself when he never experienced guilt through all the stuff he was doing?
Right.
I think. Yeah, Joe.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, man?
He wasn't a believer, man. He wasn't a believer, and we can't look at what the word says in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10.
Oh, hold on.
Read.
10 verse 10. Went too far. Here it goes. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundant. Amen to that.
You know, he was tormented. Definitely, he was tormented, and his guilt and his conscience grabbed a hold of him after he did that to Jesus.
Yeah, I think he realized who Jesus really was and that he was really innocent.
But Chuck, he would have realized that seeing Jesus raise people and perform miracles. Why would he wait until after he gave Jesus up to decide to feel like I think the devil, like, you know how evil the devil is. I think after the devil got what he wanted out of Lazarus, he tormented him.
Yeah,
like, I think Lazarus went crazy because he started seeing things, hearing things, and he figured death was better than being tormented, and he killed himself.
You mean Judas? You keep saying Lazarus.
Judas. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry,
Jay,
Judas. It gotta be.
You got to remember the other hard thing to grasp is that he was born just for that.
Yeah, word. We talked about
you know
that.
What I'm saying? That's the tough one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and the thing is, you got to remember, there were many who saw miracles that Jesus did and they didn't.
Still didn't believe. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
you're
true.
Saying, I know what you're saying, Jay.
You
You're
know
like, you there, you living with him and seeing this on a regular.
Yeah. You must have been that's a different type of evil. You saw it firsthand. No defense attorney in the world.
Yo, let me somebody's rubbing off on me, and let me just play the devil's advocate a little bit.
Okay.
No pun intended. The person is Lewis. The person is Lewis.
Yo, don't be talking about Chuck like that.
Yo, but in all reality, if all four of us was living in those times, 2,000 years ago when Jesus was doing miracles, we would have been doubters as well, man.
I think it's possible,
Because
my last name is De Jesus, so I would have had a better chance than all of y'all.
And it's a hard thing to swallow. I mean, to see, to see these miracles, to see things that are not of the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to believe, just like these scientists, these doctors, they a lot of them don't believe in Christ because they believe in scientific fact. You know what I'm saying? 2 and 2 is 4. You know what I'm saying? And they go on actual facts.
Right.
So
true.
Only thing I would say though is even if you're following and believing in Jesus out of fear because you're seeing the things he does, it's hard for me to fathom that all the stuff that, especially with him raising Lazarus, I think that's the main thing, because the way he did it, it's not like he waited the next day and then you could be like, well, maybe he wasn't really dead. You know what I'm saying? He waited in order to show his power. So he's literally in front of you, showing you this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying?
I got the answer for you, Jay.
Go ahead, brother.
God, he was there, and he was, one of the disciples, because that's what he was supposed to be. But I don't think God ever opened his heart and his mind to, to ask you to become a Christian. So he was there for everything else. Free food, and I'm down with the guy who's doing all the miracles, and I'm holding the money and this and that, whatever. So that's what he was there for. So
and it wasn't a lot of bread neither. That's the other thing.
Right. And remember, we was always talking about how God opens us up to be able to become Christian and be able to read his word and seek him and stuff like that, whatever. Judas could have just been there because he was supposed to be there.
Right. So he was the lamb.
He was never, opened up, to listen. Because if you hear Jesus preach, that's even better than giving the Bible to somebody and telling them to read it. He's there speaking it, and Judas is there yeah, whatever. What's next? When we gonna eat? You know what I mean? He's not. It's not hitting him like it would us.
Right.
All right. So 7, right? We see. Where is it? Let me see. I just got lost.
That's when Jesus said to leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone, right? So the custom during burials was to mask the odor of decaying body by using perfume and spices. So Jesus told them, leave her alone, knowing that he was soon to be crucified, and he saw Mary's act of love as a pre-anointing of his body for burial. Normally, anointing was something festive, but in this case, the anointing was in anticipation of his burial. And living by God's word, Jesus knew that as a suffering servant, he must endure pain, die, and be buried. You see Isaiah 53:9, which says, you got it, Chuck, or?
What'd you say? Say it again.
Isaiah 53:9.
Oops, wrong way. And they made his grave with the wicked and with the rich man in his death, although he had done no violence and there was no deceit in his mouth. Okay.
So that just shows that how Jesus was innocent, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't hear him complaining. You know what I'm saying? So
he wasn't he never fought it.
Right.
He just was asking him questions like, you sure what you're doing is wrong? I mean, it's right.
You sure now? Are you absolutely positively sure? Right. So now in 8, you hear what Jesus says, for the poor you always have with you, but you do not always have me. Right. Jesus was saying that the causes of poverty are many, and people will always have occasions to help the poor. See that in Mark 14:7, and that there was little time left for his followers to express their love for him. Now verses 9-11, Jesus was such a controversial person that it was impossible for him to be near Jerusalem and remain unnoticed, because he was that dude, that superstar to the people, looking for miracles. From all over the country, people came to the Passover feast. Many sought out Jesus, we see it in 11:56, and also Lazarus, because Lazarus had been restored. Many believed in Jesus. So the chief priest planned to kill 2 men, Jesus and Lazarus. And with that, I dropped my mic.
You stupid.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, darn it, that was good. And then bang. But it's crazy. like I think you said something, Chuck, earlier. You imagine that, Jay? Jesus raises you from the dead and now they want you dead as well because of what he did?
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Leave me alone. I just came back.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be.
Yo.
Let me be.
Yeah, let me be. What's going on
You know what
here?
I'm saying? Like, come on now. Piggly Winks. Oinker. Wow, this dude. Don't tell me.
What?
You there? You there, Pig?
Yeah.
All right. hopefully Jay will come back soon. But I asked Chuck that question.
My fault, y'all. My wife was asking me something.
Oh,
What you
okay.
said?
No, okay. So Jay, you here? All right. So a question was asked. No, a statement was made. Someone said that Tiki, they believe that Tiki was the best coach in TFL. I retorted, if that's the correct word, and said that I would say Pam's, if anything. What do you think, Jay?
About who's the best coach?
Yeah.
Well, you can't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. You judge people by the highest level of competition. Tiki's not always been an A division coach, so you can't put him. I think it's disrespectful to Pam's and the other coaches to put him up there, especially when Tiki wasn't in City Island, he wasn't in EH, he wasn't in the top leagues to sit down and say he's the best coach. What makes Pam's the best coach is that he's done it in multiple leagues. And then we seen him coach Jungle Boys, then they win. We seen him coach Turn Up without Chuck, and they win. It's about what he could do even without Chuck, because everybody ties the two together. But he's won in other leagues without Chuck, just like Chuck has won in other leagues without him. Right. So I don't think you could put Tiki on that level. I think it's kind of disrespectful. So no, I wouldn't put them in the same category. I will put Jingo, I will put Tone, but because Pam's did it so long, I think Pam's don't get enough credit for his GM, his gaining of talent. That's what makes them the best, because of his ability to recruit new talent. You know what I mean? How Henry beat you and now you signed him.
Right.
That's genius. So you got to give him that.
Black Arliss Michaels.
Yeah.
No. Excuse me. Pam's is Latino. Don't try to jack him. Don't try to jack him. We claimed him.
So no, I can't.
In the race Olympics.
I can't put Tiki, because take Tiki out of BQFL. Where else have you seen it?
I was saying basically, how Dion looked with and without him.
Yeah, but Dion, I was saying
because Dion wasn't quote unquote the weak link when Tiki had all of them on prime time.
Right, but who they was playing against?
Right.
I'm just saying in general, like, because prime time was like in the B.
I'm just saying, picture me throwing in the C.
Right. Right.
Against the C competition though.
I played on Dion team in the C tournament.
I know he stunk.
And he stunk.
Yeah. I mean,
and Tiki was the coach. So
right.
That nigga like, Dion.
I mean,
yo, I don't know what he drank that day.
I don't know what he drank.
I mean, that just makes, you could say, then if that's the case, you could say Tiki's a good quarterback coach because he helped Ramsey get over the hump. So you can say that, but to say coaching, which
I was basically saying like X's and O's wise. Right. I was like, because Pans be doing like film sessions and stuff like that. Just them two be really doing anything like
X's and O's,
plays, coming up with strategies.
Listen, Jingle did a great job against Chuck twice in the championship.
Right.
They had a defense that Pam set on record. I have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
Jingo, I don't think Jingo do no X's and O's either, yo.
I don't know. I've seen him break down.
I mean, it's tough because remember, Tiki used to be a quarterback, so that's cheating already.
Yo, right. Jingo is a smart dude, bro.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, see?
Yeah. I played for him too. And,
I have conversations with him almost all the time. When Prodigy plays with them, we break out mad shit. He knows his shit, bro.
Yeah.
Where's the jar? Hold it.
Come on.
First of all, and you come in here late. You don't say nothing to nobody, and you start yapping, and then you come in here violating.
I know.
So we need that Cash App.
All right.
It's in $1.05, so we can accept it right away.
I owe like $10, bro.
And then I also got film Pig of Tiki making some terrible call, terrible strategy, terrible mistake where he dealt with guys not respecting the stuff that he said.
Or when niggas don't listen.
But that's all the same thing.
That's true though. That's like you become like, say you Greg Popovich. Picture Greg Popovich going to the Knicks, and the Knicks don't listen.
Right.
That N-word is like $5, bro.
Well, it's not technically a curse though. So
Nah, that's the only legal cursing we got.
that's the only legal curse we got.
That's our Jewish
Hey,
rabbi.
yo, gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I got a little cough.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, we ain't trying to catch no
Bro, we ain't trying to catch no
internet virus.
Home COVID.
no Zoom COVID.
It was chilly here the other night, man. I was walking the dog at night.
Oh, pipe
thinking of the
down,
summer.
you southern punk. Get out
Yo,
of
listen,
here, bro.
before I leave, I just want you guys to lift up Jay. Jay's mother's, I guess it's the beginning stages of
Alzheimer's?
dementia.
Word.
Oh, man.
He's up in New York, Lou. So you might want to give him a call.
Oh, all right.
I'm not sure if he's left already or not, but I reached out to him I think yesterday.
So hold up. I thought his mom lived in Florida.
I know. I haven't spoken to him like that, so I don't know why he's in New York or why she's in New York. Maybe she's the doctors are better over there.
I was gonna say, maybe. Yeah, it could be medical.
Yeah.
I'll hit him up. Later and see.
So just keep the brother in prayer and his moms and the entire family actually, man.
Right.
Definitely.
All right, Pepe.
I
Hablamos
appreciate
ahorita.
y'all. I'll
Hablamos
see y'all
ahorita.
next Wednesday.
All right.
All right, my brother. Be safe.
God bless y'all.
All right.
So I tell you what we're trying to do. We're trying to come up with it's gonna take a little time though, with a UFL 25 greatest players of all time.
Oh, that's dope.
But that means I gotta go through every stat, every game.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna take long.
We're gonna do 25 of the best players in there. That's gonna be tough, but
yeah, and then you gotta have the reasons why they're where they're
right, because there's gonna be a lot of people that think they belong that don't get in.
True.
So, because luckily we got the stats, the numbers, the playoff games, and you gotta look at it. Listen, like I said, you got a lot of rules, and people gotta realize, even though Chuck may be the best UFL quarterback of all time, his championship numbers ain't great.
Right.
Hey,
that's how tough the league is, man. That's it. That's all that matters. But that's why the league.
My championship records is great. You mean my playoff record is
no? I'm talking about your championship, not the championship run, because you're 2-1. No, you're 3-1 in championships. I'm talking about the numbers of all the games combined. And that's how tough. People don't realize how tough UFL really is, man.
No, they don't realize how tough it is once you got to 161st and the field looked like 20 yards.
Right.
Bigger.
Right?
Oh, hold up. There's two things, Jay. I'm glad that you said is. That's number one, because it keeps hope alive. Number two, it's ship, not chip.
Here we go with this.
Here we go.
All right.
Everybody says chip.
Everybody
say how many chips you got. They don't say how many ships you got.
Yeah. We all say chip.
Then we all gonna say neither. We only got rafts. We don't have
because championships. Yeah, I guess ships don't. I don't know. I just want to know how because I've always said chips as well.
You say ships and you say Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago,
don't laugh, Chuck, because you said it. You said it earlier, so don't laugh.
No, right?
No one asked you 1/3.
I just say chips.
Yeah.
I know it's championships, but when you don't use a whole word, everybody says chips.
You just
Chuck, you see Joker's brothers brought tickets to the next Heat game.
Nah, I didn't see that part.
Yo, Joker,
the next Heat and Nuggets game, and then they put like a graphic up saying for like WrestleMania, the Joker's brothers against the Morris brothers.
That would be crazy. That's good for basketball though, man.
Nah, dude, making threats with those dudes going back and forth on social media wasn't a good look, bro.
Nah, but you didn't see the last one.
The last one we said about his mama.
Yeah, he said,
yeah, that was funny.
Stop, whatever. So this is my last one.
I'm like,
I'm talking about on the court.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I want to see that. Now, obviously, they went a little far, but I want to see rivalries. I want to see the Reggie Miller, I don't like y'all type.
Right.
Morris is still out with a neck injury.
Oh, okay.
Well, he should, but not for nothing though. You can't hit somebody and turn your back.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. They trying to make Jokic look bad.
Oh yeah.
But Jokic has a history of that already. So
but here's the thing.
Well, if he had a history, why would Morris do it then?
Exactly. That's the problem.
No, I'm saying, no,
Yeah.
he has a
You
history
try to
of
pump him.
chippiness regardless.
try
Morris
to
just thought he
pump-
was super tough, though. That man
Oh,
is,
nah, the Morris brothers too is known
Yeah.
for.
that's why I said Morris is like
Right.
super tough, but Jokic, like I was telling Lou, Jokic has a history of chippy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll
Like
yeah,
Cameron Payne last year.
Yeah, but I mean, he's in the trenches and he be getting hit and stuff. But you know, you get frustrated.
Well,
Yeah,
you saw what
He messed
Shaq
up
and
Torrey Craig nose couple years ago, like 2 years ago when they were playing Portland.
Yeah.
He elbowed Cantor and then pushed him into Torrey Craig, and they got mad at Cantor.
you saw what Barkley and Shaq said, like, yo, you don't turn your back.
Listen,
You're right. That's all I'm saying. Do
That's
that
the worst
thing.
thing. That's the worst thing Morris did.
listen. Why is it looking like Bama needs to get their receipt and send Shane back, get their money back?
Ooh.
Shane-
They
Yo,
don't look like the player they got money for.
Nah,
If they
no.
paid
Yo,
him,
his name
they're
is Don.
wild.
Yo, he's nonchalant. He's like
Ah,
that
Jay
dude. Yo,
Will
he
Light.
play what he want.
Jay
he's
Will
worse
Light.
than Jay Will,
Yep.
Yes,
But you know what it is?
and they're on the
Here's my
same
thing.
team.
Has he done anything?
No.
That's what I'm saying. In
He
your
didn't do
career.
anything to get paid. Put it
Nope.
like that.
Biggest play he made was in Street Bowl
Right.
on the Hail Mary catch he made.
they
And how
just
long ago was that?
How
like
long
they
ago was
know,
that?
they know what he could do, but Shane don't care.
Right.
P and me will tell you that. Them
Yeah.
dudes is his friends, and he wasn't playing hard for them.
Right. So you think
And
you're
then-
gonna play
but you
hard
know what?
after you already gave him the money?
You know what it is? I think he looks frustrated because I think he wants the ball more.
Of
From what
course
I've
he
seen-
does.
You know what I'm saying? From the games that I've shot, like he's not into it with that team. Like you know how they'll huddle up at the end? He's on the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, but
Because he's
but
not
Lou,
cool with them. He there
Lou,
for a job.
Uh-huh.
Lou,
Right.
he's done it with PME. He's done it with YMM. He
Mm.
disappears in games. He don't demand the ball. He don't have no
Right.
effort. They brought him to me strictly to have the hype for when they played Carver and YMM and Super Friends.
Super Friends,
To
right,
match him
right.
with Cabby, where
Right.
Jay Will could jump or go get the ball. But Shane is a role player. That's
Right.
all. He's not a star. He's not even a number 2 guy.
Right.
He's a guy that's a number 3. Because listen,
Who's
I would
getting
take
paid?
Javon, I would take
Shane.
Javon before Shane.
I think this is the first time Shane
Mm.
actually hasn't been fat too. Because Shane been fat the past couple years.
But he's been playing
Listen.
now more consistently. So he's doing
I'll
a lot
take-
of running for nothing. So he just
Yeah.
I'll take Javon over Shane.
Javon gonna give more effort, but I think Shane is better. But he's more talented. But Javon gonna play harder. So I'll take.
Right.
yeah,
So, yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, I was
What's the
saying
market-
Javon
what's the
and Rel
market
look
for the
just
role players?
alike. I'm like, yo, how y'all got the same person?
And Jay Will, listen, when you play against them, you just leave Jay Will alone. Don't talk trash to him. Leave him
Yeah,
alone
I'm
because
saying that. Leave
don't
him,
wake
yeah.
him up. As long as you don't wake him up, he's not giving effort at all.
Mm.
He only gives effort when he gets angry. So people don't talk junk to him.
Or like if you know the players for him.
Right. So you can tell his career's always been like that. I
Yeah.
say Jay will fall out of bed with more talent than a lot of guys have, but the
Yeah.
dude has no passion at all.
Yeah,
He
that's
only
crazy.
got passion when he rolling dice.
So it's a
Mm.
shame. I tell you one thing, YMM look good as far as the arguing. Yo,
Yeah,
they didn't
I
argue
think they
at
lose
all.
by 7 or 14 on Saturday.
But winning, but
My
winning,
young boy Leak is a problem,
Yeah, he
man.
definitely is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when it's crunch time, he like say if they playing us or a playoff,
They
whatever,
don't-
he ain't really,
They argue again.
and he ain't really gonna be in there like that,
Yeah, they ain't gonna use him.
right?
So
'Cause,
I mean,
The schedule ain't out for Saturday yet, right? Besides,
Nah, because I think it's an extra flag game or something. So now they get trying to figure out how to do it.
okay.
Because
'cause
remember,
you're
it's
play-
been always one flag game. I think
Right.
it's 2 now.
Oh, okay. So you still scheduled to play YMM?
I don't know if it's still the
yeah, they
space.
might have to change everything now.
Chuck, you make the schedule, Chuck.
What
This is a
happened?
safe space. You make the schedule.
I don't make the schedule.
This
So
is a
Chuck,
safe
we back
space.
at- we back at 120th next week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so y'all probably do whatever y'all can this week, and then once we get back to 128th, we
yeah,
good.
yeah,
So
next
Yo,
week.
Lou, I
Yeah.
thought Benny was Spanish and he's not.
What's Benny? Benny Playboy.
With the long
Benny?
hair.
Oh,
Benny
Playgirl?
that always be with Leak.
Yeah.
Oh, what is he?
Egyptian.
Word?
Wow.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
How many
Yo.
How?
He's good too.
His ringtone is "Walk Like an Egyptian."
Oh, man.
I always call him Xerxes for 300.
Oh, man.
He's good too, but he likes to spotlight too much.
Oh, yeah.
He looks for
Yeah.
cameras too much.
Honestly, between him and Leak, they both can keep getting better. Also,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Only thing is, I think Leak hands are more consistent than Benny.
Oh, yeah. Benny.
Yeah,
Benny.
I think
But
Benny's
Benny
a better
is fast.
defender
Benny's a better defensive playmaker than Lee.
than
Yo,
Leak.
Benny's good on
So
defense.
Benny is mad fast.
Yeah, he is. But he also weigh like 85 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the problem. You put size on him, some weight
You know,
on him. Again.
When you look like Prince, you're gonna, they're gonna make fun of you. So you probably
do
would
look
be
like Prince.
after school.
Nah, he don't look like Prince. He look like Morris Day.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
end of the day, it's gonna come down to Super Friends and Carver. But I think FU, they could scare a lot of teams. The
Not
key
with
with them
Stevie.
is Stevie.
Now with
I
Stevie.
think underrated gonna beat Super Friends.
I just don't. They just don't look consistently tough. Just like Super Friends. To me, this shit Super Friends. Yo, Milo don't look that great, man.
I know.
Who's-
Remember we was talking about it with Tom.
Yeah.
Who's
He don't
throwing
look
for
great.
underrated?
Adi.
Adi. But
I think them having Slasher back is big.
Yeah, Slasher's huge.
That's big. Having Slasher back is big.
Yeah.
I don't know. With FU, if they had a better quarterback, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the problem.
But they don't. So
They don't,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, like they said, they still can upset somebody because
But
they
you see,
was.
I'm
beating
gonna go to
underrated.
Florida and find me a quarterback.
And they will move him over here.
Fly him
Yeah.
up. He got that.
Might
he
as
got that
well, right?
NYPD retirement money.
Might as well,
Yeah.
right? People are paying third stringer. I might as well just pay the kid the flight.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. They gave Shane a one-time payment, and then that's it. You're gonna have to
Word?
pay every week to get dude here. Nah,
One-time payment?
Of-
What
of-
time? What kind of one-time payment?
they gave him $1,000 to play with.
Yep.
For the whole
Look at
season.
Luke.
So that's the
Luke
season
froze.
playoff.
Yo, Luke froze for a
What?
minute.
Oh, you ain't know that, Lou?
For
Yeah. They gave him a
Just to-
stack.
just
No.
for third stringer?
I found that out from Doughboy. I speak to Doughboy like 3 times a week. Doughboy be
Yeah,
telling me
yeah.
everything going on.
Yeah,
Doughboy said he would have paid him
he
$1,000
told him.
himself.
Doughboy said he told him, yo, like if you need we just want a chip, I'll give you $1,000, just give it back. He was like, nah, I already took it and gave him my word.
Because Doughboy was like, at the end of the day, they was like, yo, they're gonna give you $1,000. Can't even be mad at that.
Right.
I would have took the 1,000 and play as long as they play in something that my team not playing.
Right. That's it. That's how you usually do it.
Right.
How you,
What kind of
like
job-
my
what kind
team
of job
is
does he
in, but you're
have?
gonna pay me not to play my team.
Huh?
But I
That
don't-
means Doughboy never offered him nothing before.
Obviously.
No, but Doughboy said he never like, if he would have
He
been
never
like,
asked.
oh, I'm saying it, like say that happened to me, right? Say Carver's in, and say underrated comes to me and goes, yo, I know Carver's in, but yo, we give you 2,000 if you play with us. I mean, at worst case, I'm gonna go to Pans like, yo, these dudes offer me 2,000 to go play with them. That's what I'm saying. So Doughboy's saying he never even told them.
That means Doughboy never gave him a chance to get any money then. Chuck, think about it. If
Chuck,
like you just said,
that's
you would take it back and say,
disrespectful,
yo, this is what they offering me. But
That's
that
not-
means Doughboy never gave him any thoughts that he would give him anything.
But of course, this your original team.
Right.
If you
You're
want
just
money,
gonna get what
if you want money, you say something.
right. You're gonna get what everybody
Nah,
else.
yo, you don't always have to say something. You should
No,
know.
you don't.
No,
You
I'm
should
saying
know.
Lou. I'm
But
saying Lou,
realistically, this
say
is
we win
your
the chip.
original team, and we got problems with commitment issues with you. Why am I giving you money?
That's
I
true.
can tell you that.
No,
I
but
can
I'm
tell you
saying-
any inside, like this is speaking from inside PME. The
Right.
whole issue
No,
is
I
his
know that.
commitment
I know that.
issues.
I know.
Listen, Doughboy was never thinking of giving Shane a dime.
Nobody said he was, but why?
At all.
Why? If you are part of our original team, and we got commitment issues with you, and you take off plays, if you want something, say something.
Right.
Only reason Bama offered him $1,000 because they know he played for somebody else. If he was
Right.
already on Bama, they wouldn't offer him no money. How many niggas on Bama that they actually got that they paying?
Nobody.
That's original Bama. That's what I'm
Nobody.
trying to say. You're
Yeah.
not gonna offer nobody that's already playing with your team no money. You entice a player to come into your team with money.
That
Shane
means
was-
Shane has said something that got back to them because Shane has always played with PME. why all of a sudden he would take money knowing that PME is going to be in the A division? That means he's not amongst the circle that y'all everybody think he is. So he took the offer that was given to him when they put it on the table, because he would have did exactly what Chuck said and went back and said, yo, dude, they offered me this. He was not really happy there. And they gave him an opportunity. He figures Bama is a better team. So that's why he did it that way.
And he think that, and he ain't gonna get the same scrutiny that he gonna get from Jaquan and Rel.
True.
And
Now,
he can, trust me, he can go back to PME. PME is going to take him back.
Right.
Of course.
They said they don't care. They said, all right, cool. Like Carmine left and came back.
Yeah, they took
ain't
Carmine
about
back.
that. It's
Well,
like, but for y'all to say, oh, Doughboy wasn't gonna get no money, like that's an indictment. Why I'm gonna offer you money if you already are on my team? If you want something extra, ask for something extra.
Carmine went to underrated.
Yeah.
Just like Carmine, anybody would have went to Carver if they had the opportunity. Jaquan was more pressured to going back to PME because he wanted to stay with Carver. We all know he wanted to stay with Carver.
Jaquan came back to PME because he started PME.
Yeah, but also because
if he didn't start PME, he'd stay. If he didn't start PME, it wouldn't be no issue with Carver. But PME is a team that he started. So all the people that's on, a lot of the people that's on PME is because of him. Right. So if it was just like Yanni,
he started with Rel though.
Doughboy. I mean, Pig. Jaquan was going to leave PME when they had the issue with Carmine.
Yes,
he was going to leave. They were going to break up, and they called me, and I was the one that said, "Nah, y'all can't do that." So you can't tell me in the same breath he was not willing to stay with Carver. It was because of Rel.
Nobody said he wasn't willing to stay with Carver. I said the main reason he went back to PME is because he started PME. Had he not been one of the original dudes of PME, he would have just left freely.
I don't think that's
I think if PME said, "Oh, we making a team," but Rel quit, he's not quarterbacking no more,
he would have went to Carver.
Right.
I agree, 100%.
But now, hold up, Shane. What kind of job Shane got?
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm giving too much information, but all right.
I was just telling you, but I'm telling you the discussion that they had with me on the phone when he was so willing to leave Doughboy over Carmine, who won't start on several teams.
I know you talk about UFL, and I know all that. I was in that conversation with them arguing. I told them niggas they was bugging over that because the whole reason is it was redacted. And then a couple more redactors agreed, like, yo, Carmine isn't worth the issue.
I agree with you. You're right. He's not. He's not. I agree with you.
I'm not going to say the names, but you see the people that left.
Right.
And it was like, yo, we don't have a team no more.
The other Jay is one of them.
They was like, yo, and it was like, we don't have a team no more, so I'm about to call Jay to drop out. And that's where him and Doughboy was like, yo, you know what? Because Doughboy was torn between his man in real life, Ralph, and the team that he started with Tone and Jaquan and Rel.
Well, Jaquan and them was cutting. They wasn't dealing with Dope. They wasn't going to drop out. They was going to separate, and they wanted Doughboy's spot.
Yeah.
So I said, listen,
yeah, because they was going to try.
Yeah, I can't give it to y'all because it's really Doughboy's team.
Because Doughboy was saying he was going to end up making it into New Era or something like that.
Right, and then they said, well, Jay, if anybody else drop out, we will take their spot. Because we're not coming back together. That's it was ugly. And I was like, all this over Carmine?
Because it was like, yo, it was like niggas just got tired of his mouth or something like that. Yeah. It wasn't even about the game, but I spoke to Rel and Doughboy separate. And I told them niggas they bugging out. I told Lou, I speak to Rel like 3 times a week. Rel's my guy. Like me.
Rel is a good dude.
Everything but football.
Yeah, they need to cut Carmine.
I need answers, darn it. What does Shane do for a living that he just took $1,000 to play?
He's Jamaican. I don't know. He probably drive cabs.
Nigga said he's Jamaican.
But then again, he got a degree, so who knows?
Dude, so
Yo, Chuck,
I know what Rel and Jaquan and Doughboy do.
You said $2,000, Chuck. That's mad disrespectful, bro. I would have gave you $5,000 just to throw in the D1 for me, bro.
But Chuck was being hypothetical.
I wouldn't take your $5,000.
I'll give you
4,500. He'll take 45.
Yo, Timmy, what the hell you got on?
He won't take the 5,000. That's basically 4,800 for.
I look like a leper's blanket.
Yo, yeah, let me get out of here. Let me go check on the wife, man.
Yo, I talk to y'all later. Blessings, yo. Yeah, he like he got a leopard's blanket.
Black.
He looking like Quagmire.
Yo, Chuck, there's no City Island. What's going on?
Yeah,
Nah.
He said because since they ain't fixed the situation with that parking thing,
Right.
can't have a league because where people gonna park.
What happened, Chuck? What happened to parking?
They
parking
renovated
situation,
and they
yeah.
put big boulders in each parking spot, like in the middle. You can't move.
And you know what?
You can't park there.
And you know what it is that the only place you could park would be at the beach. What you gonna do? Truck it back?
Wait,
Well,
oh,
you
actually,
can't
City
You can't
Island.
find on the field.
Huh?
Luke can't find on the field.
He probably doesn't want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would City Island's the way to go. It's easy. Just park at Orchard Beach and get your ass back.
Shoot, but how you gonna get back?
Yeah,
In the winter. In the
you
winter.
drop-
Nah, not when it's brick. No
Yup.
way. I'm
drop-
driving with somebody else. They dropping me off and they can park over there and then walk.
That's
Or
what I'm
take the bus.
That's great. It's not like it's like 2 blocks away. Yeah, right. The golf course thing is far.
Right.
Yeah, I walked. I was one time parked there. I was like, "What I'm doing?" Like, never. I did that
No,
twice. I never went back to the island, bro.
It's a crazy long walk from
It
there.
is a long
So after
walk.
Parking, yeah, right. Orchard Beach. Yeah, right.
Heck
Jog
no.
it-
I did that
jog
one
it.
time, but no, hell no.
Nope.
warm up, jog it out.
Hit me still walking.
It'll be halftime, bro. You still walking?
Yeah. I'm getting there. Tell my call timeouts. I'm almost there.
Man,
Who you play Sunday, Chuck?
Monsters Inc.
Oh, okay.
How's that going? Expo League. How's that going?
It's good. I'm not
Okay.
even sure if they gave us the forfeit or not against Underrated, but if not, we got 1 L.
Oh.
And if
wait,
they
wait.
did, then we got 2
I
Ls.
saw I saw the schedule. I'm like, what the hell is this kind of schedule? Is this? Like, I was confused.
Why you're forfeited?
Well, what happened was Matt and them couldn't make it. That Sunday was we was gonna play. Matt and them wasn't coming. Leo and Reem and them had a tackle game. Henry,
Uh-huh.
he was like, "Dang, we're gonna be crazy short," and we had to play Underrated. So I told Pam, I said, "Yo, why we just ask Underrated, see if they short or whatever."
Oh yeah, right. I remember you was
Yeah,
telling me.
remember?
Right.
And then supposedly they was like, "All right, yeah, we could just call Jimmy and tell him we just reschedule it." We was like, "All right, bet." I
No
called
switch.
Jimmy and tell him. So then I call him and tell him. He goes, Underrated agreed. And I was like, "Yeah." Pam's just FaceTiming him and Gano, and it was like, "Yeah, it's cool." He was like, "All right, cool." That night, Jimmy calls me and says, "Oh, Gano said that they went on forfeit, right? Because I ain't showing up." I was like, "No." So then we tried to call him, he didn't answer, whatever. So then I tried to call Swiss, he didn't answer. So then I told Jimmy, I said, "All right." I said, "They know we crazy short, so they trying to do the okie doke and get a free game." I said, "You know what? Fine." I said, "We're not going, but don't tell them that. They better have 7 there, and then if they win on forfeit like that, bet. But if they don't, then it's a double forfeit, whatever." But supposedly I heard they didn't have 7. That it was Shannon, do Mike, West, and like one other person. That's it. So I don't know what happened with that game. I forgot. I keep forgetting to ask Jimmy.
Mm.
Wow.
And then I talked to Swiss, and then he was like, "Nah, I ain't know nothing about that. Like, yeah, I ain't know he wanted to play and wanted to take the game, whatever, so that." And that Gano was mad because last year in the chip, he told Pam's PJ and Pablo wasn't gonna make the chip game. He was like, "All right." And then the next week, we're not gonna have Nas and somebody else. And then the following week, Pam's is going on vacation. So he was like, "So when we gonna play this?" So the Swiss was like, "All right, then we just gonna play." So Gano was still holding on to that, like, "Nah, I ain't doing y'all no favor." So I'm like, "So why you say yeah in the first place? You should have said no right over the phone."
The funny
Right.
big, that's a funny big head nigga, yo.
People are so
That's-
sensitive these days.
Gano look like a cartoon character.
Yeah, he do.
Gano's my wife's cousin, bro. You should see the pictures I'll be sending. Oh shit.
Oh.
He called me, yo,
I
and
told
yo,
him too. I said, "Yo, I want to chip with you, yo. Is this how you acting? What's wrong with you?"
yeah,
It's the
he
things
always
I
been,
get.
he be funny sometimes.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
it's all good.
Uh,
All right, well, I guess it's gonna be a short night.
Yeah, right. What is it? 10:40? What?
Yeah.
What? I'm 40
That's
now.
the earliest ever.
First time, like first time.
That's because Lou want to do 3 verses.
I did. Hey, you gotta. You see, you gotta remember. You remember what we spoke about, and it was only 11 verses.
Mm,
You know,
mm.
you used to that. Let's do 35 verses on a
I
Sunday.
don't know. That,
He's
since
How
it was
long,
only
Picasso.
how
11,
long we've been in Titus?
Chuck,
How long we been in
Picasso,
Titus,
bro.
Chuck?
I might have to go off. Yeah, but first of all, we're not doing this. Not a sermon. This is Bible study.
Exactly. So you can't.
That's
you
right.
can't- You
Chuck
can't
is
miss.
Picasso.
You can't miss anything.
All right.
Yo,
So first of all, you did 11 verses in like 10 minutes.
Nah. Hold it. It was
Yo,
11
Lou.
minutes. It was 11 minutes.
Yo, Lou,
Yeah.
you gotta watch that interview with your man Kanye. He was wilding. He said, "Yo, I can't just do one verses. I got too much stuff." He said, "I think I'll do it for a whole month. I'll do one as an artist, one as a rapper, one as a producer. Just keep lining people up." He said, "You need
Wow.
like 3 people to go against me."
Wow.
They said, "What about you and Jay-Z?" He said, "I would never do it against him. That's my boss. But other than that, everybody else, I'm smoking them. So you got to team them up against me."
this
said,
is
yo,
referencing.
That's true. He's cheating if you want to use producer and this and that, whatever. Because remember, he was producing a lot when he first even started rapping. He was already producing a lot.
He said, get all the Gemini rappers if you want to. I said, he's wild. Let's talk about the Gemini rappers.
That's funny. Yeah, I saw that video with him and Justin Bieber and Metallica,
Oh
whatever.
no! Please stop. That.
No, I
dude,
saw it. I looked at it like
that dude needs to stop.
He said he spoke to Drake and he balked on Drake. He was like, "Yo," Drake was like, "Yo, I never did anything with Kim Kardashian." He said, "So why you rapping and saying stuff to make people think that?" He's like, Kim was like, Kim don't even listen to his music because he's like insinuating that he had sex with her. Chuck, I told Lou that Kanye put Jay-Z, Drake, Kim Kardashian, the dude Virgil from that dude, the designer, and like 2 other people in the group chat, and told them, "I'm worth more money than all y'all put together. Stop playing with me."
Word?
Yeah, dead ass. He texted them that.
Yeah,
but,
he did.
But Jay-Z got a lot of bread too, though.
Kanye's worth like 8, 9 billion.
I think 1 billion.
No, Jay-Z himself.
He's
It's
not
like
worth more than
A
Kanye.
billion.
I know,
not 9
no,
billion.
he hit 1 billion though. I'm
Yeah,
saying
but
add
himself.
him and then add the other people.
Because Kanye got the fashion.
Yeah,
Like his sneakers is worth like 2-3 billion.
yeah.
And now he got Gap.
Yeah. He
Okay,
does.
that's right.
And besides the music, then
Yeah.
Yeah, besides that, yeah.
And
How
he
much
got
this guy's
food.
worth? This
I
guy
just hope
Drake.
I hope he gets good medication so that he can stop doing his Sunday service and think it's really a service.
You said Drake?
He
No.
said something about.
No, Timmy. You
He
said
said something about
Drake?
he had like a drinking problem.
Drake, not Drake.
He
Drake.
got like
Oh,
an
Drake.
attention problem.
No, Drake. That's
Yeah,
Drake. How much is worth?
Dr.
Whatever
J's
he's
worth
worth,
a
his
lot.
wife is getting like mad money per
Yeah,
month.
that's true
Yeah,
too.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true too.
And that's not even the wife with the kids.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
your wife is your wife. So he the one that got married again, and then it didn't
Yeah,
work
he
out.
wanted
So
he wanted to remix his marriage.
yeah,
put a new artist this time.
Hardball.
but this
Drake's
time
worth
it
like
didn't pan out.
Drake's worth like a quarter of a billion.
Yeah. He's up there. Don't get it
Who?
twisted.
Oh,
No, Drake.
Oh, Dre's worth over. I think Dre's worth
Dre?
over $1 billion because he did he sold the beats and all that.
Right.
The
But
headphones.
No. I'm talking
I don't think he's
about
in a billion.
I'm talking about Drake.
not with the
yeah.
billion.
I
No,
don't
he-
know. Drake probably would be worth more if he wasn't signed to like 7 different people.
No, Drake is worth like a quarter of a billion, like 120, 100, like that.
I'm saying though, like he was signed to like 6 different people. Kanye said that was the issue at first with him too. Kanye was signed to 10 different people, and he
Yeah,
signed some joint. He signed some joint.
So Ant was right. It says he's worth 150 million as of 2019.
Oh, that's a little
Yeah.
bit more than a quarter, yeah.
But I'm saying
I
like
don't think
Drake
think-
probably would be worth more money if he wasn't signed to all those people. Like Kanye.
Because they got
Kanye was literally signed to like 10 people, and he had like a bad publishing deal that he ain't know he signed. Like he ain't read the words because a lot of these people don't like. I was telling Lou, like entertainment contracts is different. Like you gotta look at words like in perpetuity and stuff like that. It was to some point that Kanye couldn't do nothing outside. He couldn't do nothing to get out that contract, and he had to, as long as he was like physically able, he had to keep pumping out music once every 3 years.
Yeah, just to fulfill that contract.
That sucks, bro.
I think JC and Kanye are neck and neck.
Nah, Kanye's got way more money than Jay-Z.
Nah, not way more. Jay-Z's worth a couple, like $1.5 billion.
No,
Kanye's worth like $8 billion.
Jay-Z just hit the billions, I think.
Jay-Z just hit the billion. Jay-Z does not investments.
All right, let me see. Jay-Z's is 1.4 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Now,
a lot.
now watch Kanye.
3, I think.
1.8 billion.
There you go.
Yeah, that's close enough. They neck and
But
neck.
they say
The
Kanye
$4 off.
They say
400
Kanye is
million.
worth more than that for whatever reason, but they say that your net worth is like all your assets. Kanye don't buy a lot of stuff. Like Ocho Cinco, he was on his own show. He showed his checking account. He got like 15 million in his check-ins, but they say his net worth is only 4 million. He said, I don't buy nothing. I don't buy cars. Right. He said he lived in the stadium his first season. He lived at the Cincinnati Bengals stadium.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
All his jewelry is fake. He said the only thing they go by is his child support.
He was like Baker Mayfield in the commercials, but for real.
Yeah.
He said he would have did it longer, but one of like the GMs was like, nah, we gotta get your ass in the house.
They dead him, man. They're like, you gotta get out. You can't stay here.
But that's not funny though. He has everything there. He had the cafeteria.
Yeah.
He had the bathrooms.
Why not leave? Why not stay? You got the gym there. You got everything.
And then when people come to work, you got people to give you massages.
Yeah, you good. You straight.
And you can never be late for work.
Yeah.
They never charge that. Do they get free athletes? The massages for free? Or they charge you?
That's part. The masseuses is paid by the team, so they there.
Yeah, they got the best doctors.
That's part of like the strength and conditioning.
Right.
Okay. I thought they charge like a fee.
I knew the strength and conditioning coach from Coastal Carolina when I was like when I just got like out of high school, and that's how I found out like that's what they do. He like, yo, them dudes be divas.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So what?
But honestly though, we not even like that. But if we was able to get a free massage, come on, we getting free massage.
How about that? My legs
at
be
least
up
4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, just ask Deshaun Watson.
But he was paying though. So
he was paying, but he was doing a little extra. He was turned on his back and he said, "Now massage here."
Yeah.
Nigga's nasty, man.
Yeah.
His career ruined too.
You know what it is? You get away with it for so long, and then when somebody finally say no, it's like, huh?
Yeah. You think, if you get away, think about it. If you get away with it, say with 3, 4.
Now think about it. Once he wanted to leave Houston, that's when all these women came out. I think Houston was paying them off. But they said
quiet.
They said Deshaun Watson probably did something to had some people fabricating stories too, because this one chick wanted to sue him for $400.
Yeah,
and he said no. Yeah, right. I'd have gave her 500 and said beat it.
I would gave her 1,000.
Hey, get out of here.
That's crazy.
But I'm just saying, if it's 20 women, let's just say 10 is just like they got extra whatever. If 10 is real, if 2 is real, if 2 is real, that's like, come on, man.
It's still the number. Like the number's gonna be the number because everybody can't be a misunderstanding.
Right.
Sam, you think it's something you probably hired from a certain company that they give happy endings.
Yeah.
And then you think everybody giving happy endings, and there's
Did I have to make a Vic?
There's no question. There's no correct way to act. Like, yo, you gonna do what you gonna do after this?
Right.
You just turn over.
Timmy, what you said?
This is how much Michael Vick.
To Michael Vick? Nah, I don't think so.
Because I heard a
What?
story that some lady Sue Michael Vick says he was a different. I think maybe in college, but there was a story that he said that he said somebody else's name. I'm so and so. So the girl got STDs from him.
They were
But she
saying
didn't
Vic
know-
had herpes.
But she didn't know that he was Michael Vick. He says, that's the guy who
Oh,
gave me STD. He's like,
Yeah, they-
who, him? That's Michael Vick. He's my best ball player ever. Like, yeah, and she sued him.
Yeah, they try to say Michael Vick had herpes at one point.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh,
my cousin went to college with him. She was a
They
kid
should have
there.
showed them where Chinatown is down there in
This guy, bro.
Texas. He would have been better off.
That nigga.
I'm just saying, if you Deshaun Watson, go get a girlfriend, yo, and then do whatever. Do what you do, whatever this and that. You just gonna keep getting. I don't understand that. You just opening the door for like stuff
Listen.
like this to happen, though.
Listen,
you don't watch TV, you don't watch nothing. Like they can come out and sue you. Like, what are you doing?
Timmy, you
Bro,
need a
and-
massage?
Oh,
Hey, yo.
I'm good, bro. Thanks. I'm good.
I'm not Deshaun.
Listen, stupid. Listen, my boy, what he does, this is what he does. He puts money in the counter, like everything in a massage. He put extra money right there on the side. She sees it and she goes, if you want it, you gotta give me something else. But if you take it, that's on you.
That's that old dirty. I know a friend. That's
Yo,
you.
yo, I'm telling you, bro. I was like, no, I can't do that, bro.
Nah,
I can't
Let
do
me
that.
let me end the recording before Timmy gets himself in trouble.
No, I'm serious, bro. But guess what? He converted
don't
to Iran.
start the recording. Pray us out.
I know. Timmy, pray us out, bro.
Pray us out, Timmy.
That story.
Giggity, giggity.
You need this prayer out, bro. What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said, you need to
Pray
pray
for
out.
pray for
This
your
is our
boy.
friend, I'm here, right?
Pray
It's
for
our
your
friend,
boy too when you at it.
Mhm.
Oh my God!
Pray for
he
your
converted.
boy.
He
Timmy,
converted.
that was a metaphor for your boy, but I
Oh
think
my
that was
God.
good.
It wasn't me, guys.
Yo, you look like your Halloween costume is somebody laying in the bed. Look like you.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, put some speck on his name, bro.
All right, guys, let's pray out, guys.
All right.
Heavenly Father, I thank the Lord for this wonderful time again. Lord, I pray that you bless us, Lord God. Bless this fellowship, Lord God, that we have and through the week and our families, Lord. Lord, I pray that you just give us wisdom and knowledge to know you more and to serve you and to thank you for everything you've done for us. And just do pray. Amen.
Giggity.
Amen.
Yo, yes,